Wow. Welcome to kitty cat vlog number 2. I did not think I'd be making this video this way with this content, but buckle up, get some popcorn, pause the video, go get a snack. This is a wild ride. So, 2 out of the 5 kitty cats went to their forever homes on Wednesday last week. I can't even begin to really explain how relieving it felt for them to be going to good homes, and also that I didn't have to feed 5 mouths anymore. So the one we were calling Kyle, or Nesto, whatever, he went with Amanda. She took him. Apparently he's been really good. She took him to another girl on the other side of the GTA. And I haven't received too many updates from them, but I'm assuming everything's good. And Stanley, he was the most hostile of all the cats. He would not let me pet him. If I made eye contact with him, he would hiss at me. He meowed and cried a lot. Like he made it very known that he was upset that he was indoors and he wanted to be outside in the wild. I never had picked him up. I just let him have his own space. The last 2 days that I had him, he finally let me pet him for the first time. So I started like petting him in the back and he was kind of tolerating it, and then slowly he let me give him head scratches. So I know he was making progress. So the girl that came to pick him up, she was really good with him. We put him in the carrier. I was expecting a struggle and it really wasn't that difficult at all. He's gonna make noises too. Just make peace with his noises. Yep, there it is. There it is. It's hard to get him once he's got his claws on the window. There you go. Good job. Whoa! Come on. Oh, get his front paws in there. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Go. Yeah! Amazing. Yeah. Good job, buddy. So we were really happy that we got him in the carrier, and I basically said my goodbyes to them, which was really bittersweet.
You ever need a cat sitter?
Yeah, true. Bye guys, thanks so much.
Drive
Bye kitty cats, bye! So lo and behold, I am left with 3 cats. At this point I already had Odin and Franklin in my bedroom for a couple days, and I wanted them in my room because I'm keeping those 2, and I decided that they had both been in the cat room for a week now and it was time for them to get out, but I was not ready for them to let them in the house. So I had them in my room getting ready, getting used to my room because I wanted that to be another safe space for them. They were doing pretty well. Like the first night I had Odin in there just by himself and he cried all night long. So then the second day I brought Franklin in there and the crying for the most part stopped. The crying was so loud and it would start at 3 a.m. or 3:30 and it would go for a solid 3 or 4 hours. You've been going for 3 hours, buddy. Aren't you tired? Odin. Odin. Hi. Aren't you tired? No. So I was dealing with crying in the middle of the night, whatever. It simmered down when I brought Franklin in the room with him so they could at least be together. They would hide under the bed all night and all day, and then they would only come out from the bed around 3 in the morning and just like howl at the moon, essentially. Like they're trying to like call to the outside through the window. So that was going on. And then on the 3rd day, I was working from home and I always go to the room to like check on them every hour or 2. And I noticed like a smell in the room and I thought that was kind of weird because they are litter trained now. And I inspected my bed and one of the cats urinated in my bed. And I know that this is something that cats specifically do when they are upset with you. They want to like mark their territory in the place where their owner sleeps to let them know that they're upset. And I also knew that it was on purpose because they had been using the litter box for a week now, and they were using the litter box for 2 days in my room. They know where the box is. They did, whoever did it on purpose, and they were trying to let me know they were upset. Mind you, now I'm upset because I just moved to this new place and I have a brand new white marble duvet, which was really expensive. Now it's covered in cat piss and it's white marble, so there's like highlighter yellow all over in the middle. The new place that I'm at, I don't have a washing machine yet. So in the middle of my work day, I grabbed my duvet, went to the sink, and I tried to scrub it as best as I could, which did not do much. Then I go back into the room and one of the cats took a dump on the electric blanket that was left on my bed. Immediately after, I had just come in there and grabbed my duvet to wash. So now I know for sure this is on purpose. One of the cats is trying to let me know they're upset. So I ripped my room apart and I started grabbing the cats one by one and putting them in the crate and putting them back in the cat room. I had no idea how much worse this was gonna get. I had no idea. My cousin advises me, you know what, like maybe it's time that you let them roam the house. Like they are naturally adventurous creatures and they need space, they need independence, and they need to be able to come back to you on their own terms. So that night I cat-proofed the house, I cable managed everything, I put things away. Plants that I think are a little bit poisonous or hazardous to them, I put in other rooms. I closed some rooms up. Access to the basement I closed off, closets I closed off, and so I thought, okay, they can roam the living room here, they can roam the kitchen, they can roam the halls, that should be fine. Odin left the cat room first, and I saw him wandering the house. He was in the living room, he was in the kitchen, and then he went to the closet. One of the closets, the door is completely broken off, and I can't close it. So I did inspect it before I decided to let the cats out. There's some like exposed wall and some cinder block and brick and some pipes up top and some insulation and a lot of cobwebs and spiders. But I just figured like that should be fine. They can play, they can hide on the shelves, but eventually they're just gonna come down. Anyways, I found Odin in the closet and he was just backed up into this corner. And I know that they like corners and they like places to hide, so I just thought, you know what, like if that's where he wants to be, it's like the scariest place in the house, but if that's where this cat wants to be, okay. And then I go back to the kitty cat room and Mavros is gone. So now I know Mavros is somewhere wandering the house. So I go looking around and he's in the living room. He's playing with my fig tree. I was not impressed with that, but I'm like, okay, that could be way worse. And I go back to the kitty cat room and Franklin is still there. He just doesn't want to leave. I think he looked like he was gonna pass out and he was comfortable on his towel that I put out for him that became his spot. And all night I could hear them running around and playing. It was the first night where I didn't hear any crying from the kitty cat room or from my room. When I woke up in the morning, I did a lap around the house. There was puke on my carpet in the living room. There was a trail of poop all in the living room on the hardwood floor. So it was in front of the fireplace. It was in front of the door. It was on top of the cat bed and next to the cat bed. And one of them had pissed on the floor. Someone had a wild night. Like, did they go on a bender? I don't know. I continue circling around the house and I can't find them. So I go downstairs to the exposed closet and Franklin is there. Franklin is sitting on the shelf. He looks like visibly upset. He's being very quiet and he's not meowing. I'm like, where are your brothers? So I circle around the house even more and I can't find them. Maybe there's some secret crevices or corners of this house that I haven't found yet and maybe they're just chilling. Maybe they're sleeping somewhere, I don't know. So I put out a bowl of wet food. I put the food at the top of the stairs, which is the most central part of the house. Like you can access like 4 different parts of the house from that point. So I figured they could smell it. And an hour later I check and no one's touched the food. And I thought that's really weird. And Franklin is still in the closet in the exact same spot. He hasn't left. Frankie. You're in the worst, scariest spot, you know? Come upstairs. I put food out for you. Buddy. Oh. So now every hour I'm walking around the house. I can't figure out where these dang cats are. And I keep checking out Franklin and he hasn't moved. About the third or fourth time that I check on Franklin and I see him peeking his head in the back of the closet. There's a crack in the wall where the exposed wall is. And I see him like peeking his head back there. And when I peek my head in the closet, he moves. Almost like I interrupted him or something. And then I hear noise behind the cinder block, like behind the wall. And then I look at him and we make eye contact and I just realize right away the other cats are in the wall. Franklin can't fit. He's trying to follow them into the wall and he can't fit because he's a little bit bigger than them. They're in the wall. What if they're stuck? I can't get them out. What can I do? So now I'm calling my cousins. I'm freaking out. They're like, no, they're not in the wall. Like, you're just paranoid. Like, relax. If they are in the wall, they're gonna come out. Like, you should hear them crying if they're panicking. Like, don't worry. I'm worried. Every hour I'm still going there. I'm checking. As I check more and more, the sound decreases. So I don't hear any meowing behind that wall. I don't hear scratches anymore. I start to panic. I'm trying to think of all the possible options that could happen behind that wall. At this point, I realized that I need to put Franklin back in the cat room and focus on rescuing those two cats. And I'm pretty convinced they're in the wall. If it came down to putting a hole in the wall, it's not something I'm gonna feel good about, and it's 100% my fault. So I procrastinated a little bit calling my dad for help, but sometimes it's just better to ask for help the sooner than later so that things don't get worse. I put Franklin back in the kitty room and then I was like, you know what, I just need to call my dad. So I called him and he's like, okay, I'll come by after work, we'll check it out. Thankfully, he also called my brother. So both of them come over and my brother Marius, who is taking Mavros later, he's obviously concerned because as soon as he comes over, I was like, your cat is in my wall. He's like, what? He brought over a little snake cam that he got off Wish. Shout out to Wish. We hook it up to our phone and we slide the snake camera down the little crack. Two eyes are looking back up at us.
Yep. Oh, somebody's looking at me.
But can you see their faces?
No, because it's dark, Dad.
Surprised that it's not skittering unless it can't move.
This is legit. Like, my gut was right from the beginning. I'm not paranoid. They're actually in the wall. That camera confirmed for me that they didn't move. They were stuck in the wall and we figured out it went really low down. Well, they're not meowing, but like, I think they're trapped because they've been there all day. They haven't come out. They haven't eaten the food. Then we start planning, okay, we're gonna put a hole in the wall and it's gotta be in this spot. So my dad starts marking where we're gonna put a minimal hole in the wall.
They're gonna be terrified.
And we're all concentrating on the hole of the wall. On my left hand side, I notice a big fluff move and it's Odin. Odin was so terrified from the banging on the wall that he crawled up that crack and got out and he came right out of the closet. And then as soon as he saw us standing there, he was about to retreat. So I scooped him up, threw him in the crate. Now we all paused because first of all, I just rescued one of the cats. Second, they could get out on their own the whole time. But I don't know if they knew that they could get out because they had been there for over 12 hours, for sure. They hadn't eaten, they hadn't drank water, but they were terrified enough from the banging that they got out. At this point, we didn't need to put a hole in the wall. We could just keep banging on the wall, scaring them out, hopefully. So we start banging on the wall and Mavros, Marius's cat, will not come out. Now I'm banging on the wall and my dad and my brother are in the closet and they're not giving the cat enough space. Like, you need to back up so that when the cat comes out of the crack, he doesn't go back in. Mavros pops his head out and my dad doesn't give him enough space and he goes right back in, but he goes in one more portion of the wall over. Even if we did put a hole in the wall, the hole would be in the wrong spot because he went down another way now. So now Marius is like, you know what, let's do it. So he puts a hole in the wall and this cat will not move. He's so terrified that he's just spooked.
Mavro. Oh, there's a big spider just fell on him. Mavro. Buddy, come here.
Yeah. There, take a cool shovel.
Oh my God.
Put that right beside him.
Look, can I do it? Because I feel like you're gonna be too brutal.
No, just.
I understand. I understand the premise.
Let me show you.
I know, against
Just
the
put it
wall.
like that, go all the way down, and then slowly come up. Okay?
Just watch, I'll do it.
Okay.
Do you want a light?
Because If he
Give me.
bites you,
No, he's in here.
he's gonna sprint right
He's
up.
in here, isn't he?
No,
Oh,
he's right
yeah.
here. He's gonna sprint.
Give me.
Dad,
Yeah.
it's not as, it's too wide, so I'm gonna have to go on an angle.
Yeah, that's right.
The thing itself is too wide. I'm gonna go on an angle.
Go that way. Go like that. Grab it now. Okay, bring it down.
Same way. Nina, tell me what's happening, please.
He's rattled.
I don't want to hurt him.
Okay, you're good. Just
Just keep going to.
Can you? I wouldn't. Oh, can't you put it the other way, 90 degrees, against
that?
the wall? Yes. Now, can you?
Pivot like that.
Can you just be my light and let me do it? Because I know exactly how to get him out. Fuck.
So the camera cuts there because now my hands are busy and I put the shovel in. And at first I start trying to put the shovel in and scoop him up and realize he's not moving. But as I'm doing that, I accidentally bang the shovel on the cinder block a few times and he takes 2 steps up every time that happens. And it took me a few times before I realized that's why he was taking 2 steps up. Then I banged the shovel a bit more and then he just ran right out. Threw him in the crate, boom, they were saved. I can't even begin to describe how relieved I am because I was in such turmoil all day yesterday knowing that they were in the wall. Thank you to my dad and my brother and his girlfriend Hannah for being there and for helping me, even if it meant putting a hole in the wall. I'm not letting the cats out of the room until that closet gets figured out. This house is not cat proof. Like there's only so much that I can do, but I will be stuffing those cracks with insulation or foam or something so that when I am ready to let them out again, they can go in that closet and they're not gonna get behind the wall. I think that's the last place where that's not safe for them, and after that this house is pretty good. I also think that the pooping around the house was from Franklin and that he was trying to tell me that he was actually upset that they were in the wall. Like I think he was stressed out on their behalf or that he couldn't join them. So yeah, that's been my week. That's cat vlog number 2. It's been a wild ride. I'm hoping that things don't get any crazier around here. My brother's gonna be moving into his house and then he will come and get his kitty cat and then I'll be left with 2. There is still 1 more cat out there. I did see them yesterday. While I was trying to rescue the cats in the wall, I looked out the window and I saw the 6th cat hiding under the deck. So I did put another trap out. I did put wet food. This journey is not over yet, but man, was yesterday like really just the peak of it. So thank you for tuning in. I know this video was super long, but I mean, it was jam-packed with drama. None of this happened for YouTube. It just so happens that I'm documenting it and it's on YouTube now because like, this is too crazy to make up or orchestrate. Like this is my life. I need my own reality show. Thank you for tuning in to the kitty cat vlog. If you wanna keep up to date, I do post like daily photos and stuff of the cats on Instagram, and I'm gonna be doing some more stuff with them on TikTok. I have taken a break on TikTok, but don't worry, I am coming back. So thank you and have a good one, guys.